Hi guys, so I wanted to talk about the NBA Western Conference playoff race. It's really getting very, very interesting. Um, we have a few teams here. We'll see what they do, but let's get into it. You got the Mavericks that lost three in a row. They really need a victory very soon because they're lucky that the Thunder are not playing very well either. So they're 37-42. 3-7 in the last 10 games. The next game they play, the Kings. That's tonight's game. They play at home against the Kings. That's going to be a hard. We don't know if the Kings are sitting out key players, but this is a very important game for Mavericks. They play at home April 7th against the Bulls. That's going to be a tough game. Even if the Bulls are also trying to get in, stay in the playing seed or something like that. So, and then they play the Spurs at home April 9th. That should be a victory for them, but it might be too late back then. So we're going to predict how much win. I can actually predict while I'm doing this. So let's predict at the end. So the Thunder, they lost three in a row also. They're 38-42. The last 10, they're 4-6. Not really good. They lost a really key game yesterday versus the Golden State Warriors. Next game they play tonight on the road against the Jazz. So that's going to be an important game because if they lose, they have a tough game after that. They only have two games. They have a tough game against the Grizzlies at home. That's the last game of the season. We don't know who will sit up who. So when we predict this, we're going to predict without them sitting players. Timberwolf, 40-40. Last 10 games are 500 team. Next game they play Spurs April 8th on the road. And they play the Pelicans at home versus April 9th. So really important games. They should win one of them, but we'll see if they can win two of them. Pelicans 40-39. They're 7-3 in the last 10 games. They play the Grizzlies at home tonight. That should be a hard one. I don't think the Grizzlies will sit down tonight's game. They play the Knicks at home April 7, and then they play the Timberwolves away in April 9. So that's going to be a very important game for the Pelicans. Then the Lakers. The Lakers are in a really not a weird area, but they want to try to avoid the play-ins, and they're trying to avoid the Suns, I think. So it's going to be very hard. The best spot for the playoff is against the Kings, but I wouldn't take the Kings slightly though. But they're very good. But we'll see. So Lakers won 4 in a row. They're really a hot team right now. They're 41-38. They're 7-3 in the last 10 games. They play the Clippers tonight on the road, but it's not really on the road. They play the Suns at home April 7, and they play the Jazz at home April 9. So it's going to be a very hard schedule still for the Lakers. We'll see if they can get there. Playing against the Suns is going to be very, very hard. But they have the tiebreaker against the Warriors, but not the Clippers. So we'll see how it goes. Clippers are also 41-38. Last 10 games, they're 5-5. Next game, they play tonight against the Lakers at home. Then they play Blazers at home April 8. And then Suns April 9. So we'll see what they do. The Suns game is going to be a pretty hard game. Because I don't think they'll sit up players there. They're really on the roll there. Then you got Golden State, 42-38. They won last night game. The last 10 games, they're 6-4. Next game, they played against the Kings away on the road. So that's gonna be this might be a matchup. A preview from a playoff matchup. And then Blazers away on April 9. So for the Warriors, I don't know if they want to play the Suns or they want to play against the Kings. So we'll see there. So let's get into the prediction. I don't think the Mavericks will win tonight. So I'm going to put an X here. I think they'll win the Bulls. and they'll win the Spurs. So right there with 2 wins, they're 39 and 43. All right. Thunder, they play the Jazz on the road. I think they win that game, but they lose this game. So they're 39 43, and I think they have the tiebreaker. All right, so we know that the Dallas won't make the play-in because of that. So Dallas really need to win all 3 games, I think. Timberwolf, 40. The only reason I don't think that Dallas will win that game against the Kings is their defense. Their defense is horrible, and the Kings' offense is the best in the league, and defense are not that great, but they have good offense also. So we'll see how it goes there. I could be wrong. Timberwolf, they got the Spurs. I think they beat the Spurs on the road. And the Pelican game, this one's going to be very hard. I think that the Pelican games, they can win the Pelicans game at home. They're at home. So right there, you got 41-41. So if they win there, you get a loss here, right? So Grizzlies at home, I don't think they'll win that game because the Grizzlies will play all their players tonight. So, and then the Knicks, that's a hard game. I think they lose against the Knicks. So if they lose against the Knicks, they're 41 and 41. Tiebreaker is the Pelicans anyway. Lakers, they play the Clippers tonight. I believe they'll beat the Clippers. So that's a win, so that's a loss. Against the Suns, April 7. This could be the matchup. I think that they're not going to sit down Durant and Booker. I don't think they will. So I think they'll lose that game and then win against the Jazz. That's what I think. So if they do that, they are 43-39. Clippers. They play Blazers at home. Blazers are really horrible, so I win there. Suns, this one's really hard. Paul George might come back. The Suns might sit down a few players. This one's really hard. I'm going to go with they lose this game. So if they lose this game, they are 42. They lose 2 games, that's 40. So they go in the play-ins. Then you got the Warriors. They play the Kings. That's a hard game. And I think they're going to win here and lose against the Kings. Because it's on the road. They're both games on the road and they're really horrible on the road. I know Wiggins is coming back. I know Payton's back. But I don't think they'll win. So they're 43-39. That means the Lakers are 5th. So we're going to do it here. 5th. All right. Golden State 6. These are 7, 8, 9, 10. So basically, the play-in, you got the first place on the play-in. So 7th place is the Clippers. They're going to be playing the Pelicans. And then Timberwolf is going to play OKC. The winner of that is going to play the loser of Clippers versus Pelicans. Warriors are going to be playing against the Kings. And then the Lakers are going to be playing against the Suns. And that's going to be horrible. So we'll see how it goes. It all depends how the Clippers do here. All depends how the other teams do too. But I think it's going to be very, very interesting. The next few days is going to be very interesting. Tonight's game is going to show a lot of things. But yeah, so let me know in the comments over what you guys think about this. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon with more videos. See you guys.